Hello there, I'm Jackie Notman and this is your energy reading for the month of July 2012. If this is your first time watching this forecast, I'll just let you know that I'm an intuitive advisor and an energy reader, and I do a monthly forecast based on a mix of Feng Shui Astrology and the Tarot. And it gives us a real kind of interesting feel for the energy that's going to be around. It's not about fortune telling, it's not about divination, but if we know the types of energy that are around, we can work with them rather than against them. So that's what it's all about. So in terms of Feng Shui Astrology, this month starts around the 7th or 8th of July, kind of around that time. And we are moving from a water month in June to a fire month in July, and the two are just so opposite, so there's going to be a real shift. In June, the water month was all about flexibility, being fluid. It had a lot of feminine principles. There's a kind of quite soft and mutable, I suppose. Whereas with fire is totally yang. So it's active, it's hard, it's kind of straight in your face. And we'll find that July, in terms of that energy, is kind of lit up, I suppose. For those of you who do have a fire star as your principal star, you'll find that you're really pulling people to you. You're kind of in the spotlight, but you love that anyway. If you don't know if you're a fire star, don't worry about that. Just go to my website, the details are at the bottom of the screen. Click on the Feng Shui Astrology link, and you'll be taken to a blog specifically for that, and it will show you how to work out your inherent style. So we're talking about a fire month. We're talking about things just out in the open, when you've got the sun overhead, we don't get shadows, everything is out in the open. So we might even see on a national or international scale revelations going on, things kind of coming out into the open. You see, the 9 fire is great, it shines the spotlight on you. And if what you've been doing is good, then it shows you in a good light. If what you've been doing is not so good, then it's going to show you in a not so good light. So just be prepared that things are going to come out into the open. As I say, very different from the water month that we've been experiencing in June. So there'll be a lot of changes there. Now, it is very different, but in terms of the tarot that I pulled, I've actually pulled one tarot which is the same that came out in the June reading, and I'm going to show you that one first. That is the 6 of Wands. Now, this came out in the June room, and it was a really fantastic card because it's all about, in a way, blowing your own trumpet. So what started in June kind of carries on into July, but because we've got that fire energy, that blowing your own trumpet is going to be kind of much more out there, I suppose. So we might have started perhaps promoting ourselves, putting ourselves forward very softly in June with the water energy, but the fire energy is saying, hey, come on, if you're good, you've got to tell people you're good, because they don't always know. So when cards come up and cards repeat themselves, the message is still clear. We have to tell the world what we're good at, and why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? So go ahead and blow your own trumpet, recognize what you're good at. Now, the other 2 cards that we had are also really got a feel-good factor about them. So the second one we had is the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is very much based on material things. This is the physical world. So we're usually talking about money or assets or even health, really, anything that we have in this physical world. And the 9 is, it's great. It's 1 off the 10, which is completion, but it's all about getting some good stuff into your life. It could be finances improving, it could be health improving, it just could just be your lot improving. But there's that kind of that feel good factor about life, about this card. It's a really good card and very positive card to have. And also very positive is our third card. Now all of my cards came up the right way up this time. I do use reversal cards, which are very, very useful to add an extra dimension to tarot readings. But all of them came up the right way up, so we don't have to worry about finding alternative meanings, I suppose. Now the third card is a Cups card. It's the Two of Cups. Cups are linked to our emotions. The Two is when we get a little spark, and I'm talking fiery language again now, a little spark between two people. In most cases, we kind of think of it as an intimate relationship, a love relationship, but it can mean friendships. It can also mean business partnerships. If our businesses or a business that we're involved in, we have a strong passion for. So there is the start of a passion, a start of a relationship as well. So you're thinking about putting these cards together. We've got fantastic, lovely emotions starting. We've got a real big plus on the physical plane in terms of our money or our health. And we've also got here with this card, which carries over from last month, the ability just to kind of say how good life is, I suppose. So it's such a positive. I'm really looking forward to this month, actually, because you know what's going on in the world. It all seems to be bad news. Take comfort from the fact that there is a lot of good stuff going on. Use that fire energy. It's all about doing things as well, because you know, in order to start relationships or bring good stuff into our life, or even boast about you know, what's happening to us and how fantastic life is and how happy we are, we have to see the results of our actions. So okay, it's good to have positive thoughts, but we need to act on those thoughts as well. And this fire month is going to give us that oomph, that motivation to get out there and do stuff. And whatever you do, it's going to be fantastic, because we've got these wonderful cards that are saying this is the energy that's around. You know, you have to try really, really hard to kind of mess up this month. You really, really would. So that's your reading for July. It's short, it's sweet, and I hope you have a wonderful time. If you're interested in all of the other things I do, I cover things like numerology, dowsing, feng shui, the I Ching, as well as tarot and astrology and intuitive readings as well, then have a look at my website. There's all sorts of information on there, and again you can find out much more about the astrology side of things as well. And have a wonderful July, and I'll see you next month.